I'm going to give you guys a few secrets on why lower class Mexicans in Mexico are a lot wealthier than middle class Americans. So for all of the Mexicans that cross into the US border to work temporarily, usually with those visas for 10 years, they work their asses off for those few years, and the majority of their paycheck gets sent right back into Mexico. But you guys probably ask, for what? To build up houses and build up their property. So they're owners of these properties. They're owners of these houses that are being built. And I'm not talking little small one-story houses. I'm talking two-story, three-story houses. I've seen it. So for all of those Mexicans that come from Mexico into the USA to work and they get bashed on, damn, for example, if they work in construction, the normal minimum rate that I think of is $25 an hour working in construction. It might be more. I'm not exact. But with the Mexicans with temporary visas, they get paid maybe less than half of that, maybe $10 an hour. But they're getting paid by the hour. So all that money goes right back into Mexico. That's almost 10 times the rate higher than the normal average rate here in Mexico. So they're constantly working all of these hours and sending all that money right back into their house. So now you guys might ask, so what makes them so much more wealthier than the middle class Americans? Well, look at it like this. Name 10 people off the back of your hand that you know they own their house. They own different properties, not rent. Now, the normal average person in the United States, they rent. They rent either their apartment, or if they have a house, they're renting to own the house on average, the middle class. Now, even the poorest person out here in Mexico, they can have a bomb shack looking house. But what's the thing about that? They own it. They own the property. The property is the biggest thing. They can demolish that house, that bomb shelter, and rebuild a brand new house right on that property. They own it. It's theirs. So that's the whole point of wealth. Wealth is pretty much an abundance of valuable possessions, and a house and a property that's yours, that's some damn good wealth. So pretty much I'm just trying to get a lot of people, even you Americans, to get into the habit of have wealth. Learn how to gain wealth. You know, even though America is pretty difficult to gain that unless you're Bill Gates or Steve Jobs. But everywhere else in the country that's considered a third world country, take those American dollars, they can go very, very, very far. Become an owner. So that's why that's one of the biggest secrets that I think of, why even the lower class Mexicans from Mexico, when they go and cross into the US, they save up all of those pennies and they get, bashed on for, not having anything, and they work for the minimum of the wages, because to the United States, minimum wage is a lot higher, of course, but out here, they get paid pennies. So to them, they're living a life as rich as hell. So they send all that money back here and they just build up their house. So look into that. Leave me comments. So if you guys have questions, just drop them down below, and like the fan page. I'm just giving you guys tips and the secrets, and that's just a culture event or a culture aspect that I learned out here. So, sale pues, negrito grande.